Good morning and g'day Cobar. Welcome to this week's episode. We are at the Cobar Mining Heritage Park and a bit of their memorial. This kid is getting heavier and heavier by the day. Right, check it out. The Miners' Memorial. There you go, kid. Other arm. Commenced building this in late 2020. Yeah, it's nice and cool in here. The names of the miners who passed away or killed. It just tells you which mine they died in. It doesn't tell you how, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately. Wow, the last bloke in 2017. It's sad that it's still happening here, darling. And that's the tag system. That if your tag's on your name, I think you're in the mine. Ugh, hang on. Sorry, I'm adjusting the kid. She's heavy. So a physical tag has the name, photograph, and company of the worker. Everyone who goes underground, whether they are an employee, contractor, or visitor, must be on the board. Today it's electronic. It adds a layer of safety. The worst thing a miner can do is remove someone else's tag. Having a read of these boards, it's quite interesting and tragic. You know, about 5 or so blokes died in the mine due to various things, a smelter accident, people falling down shafts and things like that, but they had an effect because the mine managers were actually concerned about how many deaths there were, and they agreed on a uniform bell signal. Excuse me. So this was the first in Australia, and that's what you see now. It's the bell is like 1 ring for, you know, miner going down, 2 rings, a pause, etc. There you go. So because of the Cobar deaths, the managers of the mines actually did something about it, which is excellent. And now they have that system, which it doesn't say if it was successful in preventing a lot more deaths, but something, right? At least they are trying now. There's a nice dedication. They were miners, they were men, we remember them. On the brass tags in this memorial are the names of all those who died as a direct result of an accident while working at one of Cobar's mines. Some of these men from Cobar, some from elsewhere. Some were buried in Cobar, some taken home. Some of those buried here have headstones, others do not. So I'm just keeping an eye on Stevie at the same time. And then there's a really nice poem. The Lost Miners of Cobar. Men have come to Cobar to work down underground since 1870, when copper was first found. They travelled here on steam trains, they've come by air and road to search beneath the red soil plains for the elusive mother lode. But mining is a dangerous job, there are no warning signs, and many men have perished while working in the mines. Men have died in rockfalls, by foul air and by fire, in the many mining leases within the Cobar Shire. Mining men are also family men. They have children, they have wives. So let us pause to reflect and pay our respect to those who lost their lives. And that was by Jack Knight. Lovely. The darkest year was 1913. You right, sweet tea? Where 11 men died in the mines of Cobar, 7 of them at the Great Cobar mine. Craziness. Dangerous work. Alright, we'll go have another look at the rest of the memorial and the Heritage Park. So this here is a stamper battery, and it crushes the gold bearing ore to separate the gold from the rock. There you go. They eventually had 60 of these here. It's a lot. This is what we learnt about at the Silverton mine. As opposed to holding that rod going into the rock by hand and having, yeah darling, 2 guys beating on the end with a hammer and being exposed to all that dust, they got this driller machine which made life a hell of a lot easier. You want to pause and have a read? Here's another monument. There you go. I've got to unlock the car for Nana, kiddo. Nana's back. Let go of the camera, please. Thank you. And then you have the cage and all the big pulley system. Yeah, Bubba. Essentially like a lift. The Chesney #1 head frame. Oh no, that's the bucket. My mistake. This is a big version of what we saw at Whitecliffs. That might be a cage then to lift miners up and down. And that, I think, loads up the rock, comes up out of the ground and gets dumped down here. Look at the size of that. The Cobar North Mine. Wow. So that there would be an old mine shaft. Oh, sorry about that. Have to keep adjusting Stevie. She's one heavy little potato. Yeah. What do you think? My little happy baby. Yeah. The Chesney Wanda. And then big old front end loader type. Probably not quite a front end loader. Oh, sorry kid, got to adjust you again. You're heavy. So yeah, that's the Miners Heritage Park and the Miners Memorial. I think it's quite a nice little memorial for them. Lots of information here for you to read up on and understand what you're looking at, which is always excellent. I recommend coming to check it out if you're in Cobar. Ooh, we're going to head up to Fort Burke Hill Lookout shortly, where we can look out over a big open cut mine. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be exciting. Hey bub. I have no idea how much she weighs now, but I tell you what, it's heavy. She weighs heavy. That's right, darling. We're at the lookout now, and as you're driving up, there's no real sign to say, yes, go through this gate that says unauthorized personnel will be prosecuted. We just kept going through the gate and we're at the lookout. So hopefully people didn't take too much notice of that sign and turn around at it. They would have missed what's coming next.
Dad, look at this. I don't see it.
He's over behind that hill. Hang on, there he is.
Right? Let's see that this.
The camera.
Why?
Just so I can remember it. Yeah. It's pretty amazing. If you see the big Chesney frame over there, if I hold this here, it's that rusty structure there. That's where the mine goes all the way underground to there too. And branches out that way as well, under the road that we drove in. It's pretty amazing. That's a lot of underground networks. So that shipping container down the bottom is where you tag in and tag out. But what you can't see is a little yellow pole. And now that is all electronic, and you just swipe that and away you go. Yeah, this is copper and gold mine, sweetie. Copper and gold.
Yeah.
And it goes all the way underground. A long, long way. Yeah. What do you think, little miss? What do you think? Alright, we're just going to give you a little drive through of Cobar. Country Women's Association. Yay, go to the CWA. What Cobar has got in town is they're essentially parking lots. So you can park overnight, excuse me. So you can park overnight for free with your caravan. It's quite large, and there's plenty of space. There's probably about 10, 15 van combinations, motorhome type stuff in there last night. And there was still space afterwards. And straight through town is then the Miners' Memorial, the Great Cobar Museum, which we didn't go in because we've kind of seen it all. And then behind that is the sign. And then further on is the lookout. And that's pretty much all Cobar has to offer. And beer can of Cobar. Yee, check out the size of it. How cool. Saying hooroo to Cobar now, and we head off for our next adventure.